Today's topic of discussion is disregard 9s and 10s. So I see a lot of guys on videos, right? They're pushing all this content related to these women, right? Who looks wise from the exterior like they are 8s, 9s and 10s, right? So in particular 9s and 10s, yeah? So model looking type girls, yeah? They're talking about how they're flexing and getting these women here, yeah? So I'm going to be discussing the key points of why these women here are bringing less value to the table and how they are not actual women of quality. So first point is external. So I want you guys to really shift your mindset now, yeah, from what you're seeing on the system. So the system is pushing, yeah, that these supposedly 9s and 10s looking, model looking type girls, right? Pretty much all of them, yeah, if you look at them, they've all got makeup on, they've all got dirty outfits on, skin revealing to all these guys. Everyone is looking at them in a dirty, lustful way, yeah? So guys, right, who are actually of value, right? So this is what it is. When you've actually spoken to multiple women before, isn't it? So this is what it is. So I'm not going to try and sugarcoat this for a lot of you guys. A lot of you guys put these women on pedestals, yeah? It's because you're not at dealing with them kind of level. Them kind of women at that kind of level. Yeah? So the 9s and 10s in particular, right? You as a man, right, if you're actually able to deal with them kind of girls, yeah, you know full well you don't break your rules, yeah? So like myself, right, anytime I'm speaking to girls, yeah, so I'll give you like a little story, right? So there was a girl, yeah, this was at university days. So she was seen, I would say, as 8 or a 9, yeah? So in terms of looks wise, you could say she's a potential 9, yeah? She was a Muslim girl, yeah? She was 1 year older than me, and she was desired by a lot of guys, yeah? So me and her was talking, we was talking on social media, and we was, you know, you would say we would have like some good chemistry there. This is what it is. So with her responses, I knew as time went on, right? So this is what it is. When you understand women, you understand women's psychology, you'll realize that women start to fall in love at a longer time period, yeah? So I started to see within her responses started to become more quicker. So let's say my response time was at 7 p.m, yeah? She'd reply within like 5-10 minutes, sometimes within a minute or couple minutes. But then it got to a point where she kept on doing that, yeah? And she would send me photos of herself and so on. And I'm not talking about these dirty, completely dirty, low quality women. You know, like these beta males, they're talking about the 9s and 10s, sending them dirty photos. She was respectful in the sense that she would send me like photos of herself, you know, studying and stuff like that. You understand? So anyway, long story short, innit, this Muslim girl, the major downsides with her was she didn't wear hijab, yeah? So that attracted a lot of bad attention. Yeah, so I saw that within her. So that was one of the things that literally turned me off with regards to her. Now from her side, this is what it is. Women are opposite, yeah? Women, when they see that this guy here isn't giving them the attention that in comparison to what other guys are doing, yeah, that makes her question really what kind of guy this is. So obviously she didn't realize what type of guy she was dealing with. So myself, like, I've been accustomed to dealing with girls who are 9s and 10s. Now a lot of you beta males are going to say this guy is just chatting rubbish, talking all this nonsense. My results speak for themselves. Yeah, I've filtered numerous girls, like between 500 to 1,000 girls, yeah, for marriage purposes over the years, yeah. My set requirements is a long list, yeah. So you know girls, so girls, right, who are watching this and girls who actually know that I've actually spoken to them for marriage purposes, they know full well, yeah, the girls who are looking really attractive, yeah, they get the same treatment, yeah, and I don't break my rules for them, yeah. This is what it is. So your value is going to be aligned with that. That's what it is. So how it works is, right, you as a man, right, who's a man of value, yeah. So I'll break this down to you guys, yeah. Let's say you're somebody who's like an 8, yeah, in terms of, you know, you've got a solid foundation for yourself, you've built yourself up in several areas of life, you know, multiple women want you, and then you come across a girl who's a 7, yeah, looks wise, Yeah, you're somebody who's accustomed to that because you're an 8, yeah, and you're not going to be breaking your rules. But this is what it is when guys are stepping out of their league, yeah, and when they're dealing with model looking type girls, yeah, that's when they start breaking their rules. Yeah, that's when they start piling on the validation. That's when they start chasing after that girl. Yeah, that's how you know that guy is not used to dealing with 9s and 10s. Yeah, so like myself, right, these girls here who are model looking type girls, yeah, as soon as they will try and show the slightest disrespect, and this is what it is, the girls, right, who are the 9s and 10s, 9 out of 10 of you guys are not going to be able to pass the interest test and pass the actual games that they will actually do. Yeah, they'll do the time delays, they'll throw the flipping block cards at you, they'll try and flipping get you to try and chase after them, they'll try and get you to flipping do all types of, run through all types of hoops. Yeah, they'll start to love bomb you certain times, they'll be really affectionate with you, they'll try and touch you up and everything. Do you understand? So this is what it is. A lot of you guys are not going to be able to pass these tests. So the truth of the matter is, right, when you're dealing with a girl who's like a 9 or a 10, right, if you're not at that level there, you won't be able to pass their tests. So a woman will see this through your body language. So let's say, for example, your response here. A woman, when I see her, she's starting to show a slight bit of disrespect. I'll start hitting her with no contact. Yeah, with women, right, who are scene wise looks attractive, guys are not going to do this. Guys are going to start piling on the validation. Guys are going to start chasing after them girls. This is what it is. So like myself, and how I've been able to differentiate myself from the other guys is because I don't do that, because I don't break my rules for women. Does that make sense? So to try and lock me down in a relationship, external ain't cutting it. Yeah, so a woman's looks here, her makeup, she could have the most makeup on, could have the most attractive body here, that ain't gonna be able to get me into a relationship with her. So this is what it is. So like hijab, modest clothing, she needs to be praying 5 times a day, she needs to, you know, up somebody who has good family values, good traditional values. She's somebody who prioritizes like cooking, cleaning. I've got a bunch of different requirements there. Yeah, because myself, I'm not trying to get in relationships with these type of women here. Yeah, but a lot of you guys are going to try and prioritize these type of girls, and this is what the problem is. Yeah, you need to remove yourself from what you're seeing on the internet and how these women here, these model looking type girls, they're not models. Yeah, because a model looking type of girl is a girl, right, who will literally cover her beauty and show it to her husband only. Do you understand? So that leads to the next point when it comes to desexualize. You guys here are going to need to desexualize your brain. You guys need to realize, yeah, that what you're seeing on the internet, yeah, of a woman who looks wise as a 9 and 10 is not what the reality is. So that means, right, that these girls who are showing all of this provocative photos, so provocative, dirty photos, yeah, these women here are not attractive. Yeah, because they're not going to give you that peace of mind and that sense of femininity. A lot of these girls, right, who have been programmed with the indoctrination of all of this Western agendas, these women here are going to tend to sexualize themselves, and this is what the problem is. Yeah, so you guys here, I need to realize, you need to see these women, right, any woman who's not dressed appropriately, you need to start disregarding them. It doesn't matter how attractive she looks. This is something you're going to need to condition your brain, and then you can start to view women who actually dress modestly and dress appropriately as women who are actually of value. Does that make sense, guys? So it's really important. Women who are covered, women who dress appropriately, women who keep themselves to themselves here, these are the type of women who are actually of quality. These other women who, you know, don't wear hijab, don't wear modest clothing. So going back to the other example when I was saying about that girl there, yeah, the main deal breaker with her was that she didn't prioritize modest clothing. Like, she started to do it later on, as in she started to wear a bit of modest clothing and that, but she wasn't really quite doing that at that stage, and she wasn't really wearing hijab full time. Sometimes she would send me videos of her, you know, wearing hijab, but then other times she wasn't. You understand? So it's really important. You don't break your rules for that. This is where, even though this girl here was seen as really attractive, I didn't break my rules and get into a relationship with her. Like certain times this girl here, she would even, they even get so, you know, I don't want to say desperate. They're not desperate, but certain times they try and push it. Like certain girls, she would try and get me to try and link up with her at like Westfield. Yeah, so Westfield Shopping Centre. She would actually try and hint to say, oh yeah, you know, are you able to come here? You know, White City, Shepherd's Bush, Westfield. Now obviously, respectfully, you know, you turn it down. But in my head anyway, I'd already had categorized her as a girl who I'm not going to be getting married to, because she didn't fit into my requirements. So next point is value. Yeah, a lot of these girls, right, who prioritize wearing makeup, who are looking like all these model looking type girls, what value are they actually bringing to the table? Because these girls here, yeah, have put so much emphasis on the external that they haven't worked on the internal. They've neglected their internal values. Yeah, so when it comes to, let's say, basic activities, household activities like cooking, cleaning, taking care of a household, prioritizing looking after children, these girls here, a lot of them are not able to do that. Yeah, but from society, these girls here are seen as really, really attractive. So they'll get the beta males, because obviously the beta males are superficial, so they'll just look at a woman's external. Yeah, but then women end up despising those guys later on down the line. Yeah, certain guys I deal with, I coach them, right? I'm speaking to them. Yeah, so they'll show me them, yeah, and they're with their partner. Yeah, and then I know straight away, based off of his behavior and his body language and how he's failing the interest tests, that woman's out of his league. He's managed to pull her for a set period of years, but then it gets to the point, right, where it catches up with you. Yeah, that woman there eventually realizes that this guy here, yeah, is not in my league. Yeah, so then she ends up starting to despise that guy, and that guy starts to break his rules for her. So this is really important, guys. You guys need to stay in tune in terms of what's happening with these women here. Women are going to be throwing these interest tests at you, and they're going to be testing your masculinity on a day-to-day basis, on a week-to-week and a month-to-month basis. Yeah, so you can't be that type of guy to break your rules for them, because if you're breaking your rules for them, you're going weak for these women. Yeah, so myself, right, anytime I'm dealing with girls, yeah, who are seen as 9s and 10s, yeah, looks wise, I don't break my rules and I don't behave differently around them. Yeah, it's called sexual indifference. Yeah, so indifference, right, I don't behave differently around them. But a lot of guys, let's say I'm at work, right, and then they're speaking to girls, yeah, women can see based off of their body language how they are behaving around them. They start acting all nervous. This guy starts to act differently. He starts to put on a different front. When she comes across me and I start talking to her, that ain't happening. Yeah, because in my brain, I've already disqualified this girl here because she doesn't fit my requirements. That's what it is. That's what it is. You guys here need to have that in your set head, yeah? Requirements. This girl here, not marriage material. Not marriage material. Disregarding her. So that leads us to the final point when it comes to drama. Yeah? The girls who are seen as 9s and 10s, yeah, these looks wise, got all the makeup on and stuff like that, they bring so much drama and headache, yeah, that it's not going to benefit your life. So what you guys see as 9s and 10s is not what I see as 9s and 10s. I see a girl who's a 9 and a 10, yeah, as somebody who may be seen as exterior wise average looking, but she's feminine, she's submissive, she's cooperative, she wears hijab, wears modest clothing, she's somebody who respects her husband, she's somebody who, you know, values family and all these kind of things there. That right there, that's a woman who I see as a 9 and a 10. Yeah, so it's really important you shift your mindset to that side of it, because that's what I'm trying to get you guys through these videos, right, to realize that these women here that you lot are picking, you're not picking the women who are actually of quality, and you're picking these women here who are seen as looks wise, looks attractive. And this is what the problem is. Yeah, so you need to try and get that brain and shift it, yeah, to what you're actually seeing in front of you. What you're seeing a lot of times in front of you of a woman is a facade. It's a facade, so it's a fake front. Just as how a lot of these guys, right, are fronting on social media. they're fronting on with their cars and then the flipping materialism. Yeah, and these same guys are funny because when I speak to them, right, they're talking about how they got money problems, they got debt problems, and they got all these things here, but they're flexing on their social media. A lot of people are thinking they got money, and these guys are flipping broke. They're living on a paycheck to paycheck. Literally, that money's coming in and it's just getting spent straight away. Yeah, the same thing with girls. A lot of these girls have got all the makeup on. Yeah, they look really, really attractive. Yeah, to average beta males. But when a guy actually sees them, that guy of value, right, he'll straight away be able to recognize that and be like, this girl here is not providing that value here, and she's somebody who's going to be bringing a lot of drama to my life. So just to wrap up, external, the 9s and 10s, what you guys see as 9s and 10s are not what the objective 9s and 10s are on paper. Yeah, so the 9s and 10s from what social media pushes is what a woman looks outside. Yeah, an objective point of view is a woman who's actually got femininity. Yeah, so she's submissive, caring, loving. She's somebody who dresses modestly, wears hijab, modest clothing. She's somebody who, traditional values. She's somebody who's got a strong connection with God. That's what a 9 and 10 is in terms of value. Yeah, it's not these other girls who are just plastering their makeup on. And the next point after that was desexualized. You guys need to realize, right, that you guys are going to need to unlearn the filth that you're learning from the internet. Yeah, these women here, yeah, you're seeing on the videos, yeah, dressed in a dirty way, yeah, these women here are not of quality. They're not of quality. Yeah, these women here provide no value to your life, and they're going to be giving you headache and drama and stress. So next point after that was value. Yeah, these women here, they don't provide value. Yeah, so certain times, right, if you see a woman who's average looking, but you start talking to her, you get to know her, and then she's got really good internal characteristics within her, that woman there, yeah, is going to give you peace of mind and going to give you, sweet femininity. Yeah, so that's what it is. So certain girls that I've been speaking to, these women here, they weren't wearing hijab, weren't wearing modest clothing, but looks wise, they look really good looking. But I knew within that, I was not going to be able to have a relationship with that type of girl, because that type of girl there isn't going to be able to benefit my purpose. And then the final point was drama. So them type of girls, right, who are just all exterior based, they're going to give you guys all this drama and all this headache. But a woman, right, who isn't really seen as attractive looking, she's the one that's actually going to give you that peace of mind at home, and she's going to raise good traditional children who are actually of value. And these children here are going to be people who are going to be contributing to society. Yeah, so that's what it is. You need a mum like that. You need as in not your own mum, as in a mum, as in your wife, right, needs to be a good mum to your children. That right there makes a successful relationship. And that's what I've seen with certain guys, right? Some of these guys, yeah, are even like wealthy, got a lot of money, and they're doing really well for themselves. Not just talking about, external, but internal as well. They got internal good characteristics, and they've settled with a woman who doesn't really look wise that attractive. But that woman there, when she starts talking and how she conducts herself, you can just tell based off of her behavior that this woman here, right, she's of quality. Yeah, so I hope that makes sense, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.